Twins have returned, and in one piece at that. I was convinced the pixies would turn at least one of them into a garden ornament, but no. You have the clay, I take it. Wonderful. We need but combine the clay and the water, then heat the mixture with a fey lantern. After that, it will be a simple matter of settling upon a suitable form and performing the necessary incantation. MacLeod, I have a question. In the event that we had need of the spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation? Assuming they possess the requisite skill, yes. Halric and the others have suffered so much, and I swore to do everything in my power to save them. If there was a chance the spell could do that, I would be the one to invoke it. Mayhap you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state, combined with a strong desire to help them, can drastically increase the magic's effect. And you are plainly more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there are few in all of Norvrant more dedicated to finding a cure. Is that not so, Griffin? Yes. Absolutely, she is the best woman for the job. Very few, but if odds should go awry, I'll see what I can do. No, I trust her. She can deal with it. I'll give it my all for Halric for Telsine. Then we are all of a mind on the matter. I'll say she'll be the one to conjure the familiar. What kind of familiar would she conjure? What would be her fantastical, animal partner?
Let us begin. I trust you've prepared the clay? Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy.
Oh, come on, man. I don't want a porksy. How about something a little bit more badass?
Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
A porksy? I think I know what you mean.
Well, let's see if you have any of Alphino's artistic talents.
There we are. How's that?
Can't tell, is that a snail?
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
Oh, fucking Alphino, you're gonna be dead in the morning, boy.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
Okay. Damn, girl, you really had to put it like that.
You're not.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality.
You wanna make that real?
Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the porksy's image steady in your mind's eye.
I don't know about that.
Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality.
Okay, so it's not a grotesque thing of reality. It's actually a cute pig.
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric. Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
Oh, what, you gotta call it Telseen?
A name. All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Oh, Angelo! Okay. Now you didn't disappoint me. That's good. That's also another Final Fantasy VIII reference. I am proud of you, Yoshi.
Mother, I...
The girl's resolve is quite impressive. One might almost think she drew strength from another. By the 12. Though it was only for a moment he spoke, there may be yet hope for these people. Oh, so it wasn't permanent. Father, Okay, you're still talking, so that's actually progress. How's he, MacLeod? Did it work? I believe it did. You and your fledgling familiar have done well. If my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul. Gods, I would jump for joy if I weren't so exhausted. So close now, Halric. As you are even now in the process of discovering, this magic asks much of the invoker. What you may not have realized is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, with further treatment, I have utmost confidence that the boy will make a full recovery. Observing the reanimation of his stagnant soul has been most enlightening. I will need time to put my theories to proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect, that is, to induce stagnation, thus enabling the safe transport back to the source via our site. A thought occurred to me about this treatment. MacLeod said when the soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the body, that a person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around him. Does that not sound a lot like some of the tempered back in the source? Not really. It is the fate of most tempered to become slaves to primals, save in a handful of cases, or am I missing something? If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one source who would... Oh. Yeah. What's this? Exactly. His condition is cannily similar to Halric's, is it not? The only difference being that his soul was suffused with earth-aspected aether instead of light. It follows that if his soul is subject to a similar kind of stagnation, there may be a chance we can save him, right? Well, what would it hurt to try? It either does nothing or it does something. Who is this Gabu fellow of whom you speak? I see his condition does sound similar, yet there is much and more about the soul that remains unknown, even to me. I say this not to discourage you, you understand, but to remind you that this is delicate work we do here, work requiring patience. Of course, and as long as there is hope for the patients here, I will devote whatever time is needed to see this through. But I refuse to spend that time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angela and continue with their treatment. Two of you should return to Crystarium with MacLeod and see if you can't make some headway with their newly posited theories. I would tell you to rest first, but I see you're not to be convinced. The fire of youth. Let's return to Crystarium then. Finally, I found who the fuck. Oh, I know you. Hi, Shearer. What are you doing all the way out here? There's trouble back in Yulmore. Lady Shy is beside herself, sighing, pacing the whole lot. Near enough begged me to go and find you. Okay. Sighing and pacing, you say? It must be urgent. Oh, that sighing and that pacing, that's so... I take it I will be returning to the Crystarium alone. Go on, then. It's not as if I have anything for you to do. Alright, fair enough. Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future of Yulmar's at stake. What is so damn important that you had to pull me from my shit here? The future of Yulmar is at stake, is it? Well, do for them what you can, but keep an eye on Alphino, would you? See to it that he doesn't involve himself more than is necessary. Right. Whatever could be so urgent for Lady Chai to summon us thus? Alright. Nowhere to turn. Kaishar is anxious to see you and Alphino back to Yulmar. Lady Chai's up in the parlor. Best not to keep her waiting, eh? Suppose. Good thing I got this return to Yulmar button. Angelo's a cool name, I like it. Alright. It was the folks over at the Crystarium that told me you'd be down at Journey's Head, and lucky for me, you still were, running around after people's tiring work. Yeah, no shit. Well, not here seems out of the ordinary, though. I do not see Lady Chai anywhere. Probably pacing around outside again, staring off into the distance and all that, sighing. Well, what is it? Like, come on, pacing and sighing, like, that could be a personal problem. Strange. Let's see if we can find her and discover the source of her distress.
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Hey, what's up?
Alone? What of Master Chai?
Uh-oh. Oh no.
That is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
Oh no.
What? What happened?
It all began after the events at Mount Gulg. With Lord Vorthry out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to be leader? That's tiring work.
After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility.
Fair enough.
Nevertheless, Yulmore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
But even before then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice. Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced.
And then he had a panic attack.
Perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
Yeah, for some reason he has, like, this, self-confidence issue.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so? What about you? What do you think has become of my husband?
Oh shit, don't ask me that. I don't know. Sorry, but I think he's fled. I don't know, but whatever it is, he won't have fled. I don't know enough about him to know what he does. Sorry, but I think he's fled. I mean, look, I can only be so encouraging.
There you have it, Lady Chai. You needn't worry. Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return.
What if I said the other option? Would Alphino scold me for that?
Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
Look, I'll even throw in a smack upside the head and tell him, like, why'd you make your wife cry? Go to your wife this instant.
Dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
Okay. Oh, well, you weren't there for a second. You know, Yulmore is nothing like I thought it'd be, but somehow I can't picture going anywhere else. The Chais are part of it, I suppose. They've been good to me. I only wish there was something more I could do to help them. For all his comforting words, Alphino is plainly troubled by Master Chai's sudden disappearance. It makes no sense for Master Chai to have left without a word, but even if he had, he would not have done so unobserved. Someone here will have seen something, I am sure of it. We should split up and inquire as to whether anyone saw him leave, or failing that, if they have any idea where he might have gone. I will meet you at the Glory Gate to compare notes later on. Okay. So I gotta talk to the riffraff. By riffraff, I mean citizens. Hello, not Rowena. Master Chai? Why yes, I spoke to him recently, though I recall he was in a rather dour mood. Concerned about Yulmar's neglect of industry, you see. With Lord Valtry's apparently inexhaustible stores of meal and no great need for money, it's little wonder our business were all but forgotten under his rule. But I assured Master Chai that the Boutique of Splendors will do all it can to contribute to the revival of trade here in Yulmar, which seemed to satisfy him. He took his leave soon after. The stagnant state of business in Yulmar. Hold on. Where's my note? Okay. Picture of thing. I never found the other thing. Here it is. Hastily written note which reached Boutique of Splendors, willing to work with Master Chai to rebuild business. Okay. I don't like this accursed crafting noises in my ears. In the buttress. In the derelicts. Oh, I have to go down. Okay. Okay. Hornen. Looking for Master Chai, are you? Is something amiss? When I last saw him, he seemed ready to collapse from exhaustion. I insisted he rest and catch his breath, and we talked for a while about his concerns over the city's defenses, among other things. He made more than a few valid points. Many of our men are still recovering after your confrontation with Lord Valtry, and finding General Ranjit in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook us all to the core. So is he still alive or isn't he? We never really concluded that. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our longest-serving soldiers seemed lost without him. Indeed, a number of them left. And not that we blame you, of course. Without you and yours, we would still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitting, I proposed replenishing our ranks with volunteers from the derelicts in Gate Town. We have a duty to protect not only Yulmar, but the surrounding regions of Kalusha as well, and I, for one, would welcome any man or woman willing to take up arms for that cause. Indeed, I told him as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. He headed outside, as I recall. Perilous state of Yulmar's defenses. Well, okay. Well, everything seemed to be favorable, at least in terms of cooperation, so I don't know where he could have gone. Obviously wasn't upset about it. Hathenbert, oh my god, you still here. Hello. I recall a man fitting that description. Asked to speak with the poor buggers lately, come from right. Said he wanted to know the state of things down in the derelicts, and you can be sure we gave him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing. There was plenty to tell. We hunt high and low for whatever we can scavenge, and it's barely enough to fill our bellies, but folk here don't just want to survive, they want to thrive. When he heard that, he started mumbling to himself, something about finding us work, I think. Fair play to him, though. Not content with having his ear chewed about the derelicts, he asked about the other settlements and all. After that, I can't really say. Looked like he was heading for Gate Town when I last saw him. The poor living conditions of Kalusha is downtrodden. Many areas like that. I was just in one area where I was thinking about it. Ishgard. Yeah. This is the broom. This is Ishgard. Hi, Sheer. Any luck? Oh, excuse me, it's almost 5 a.m. Any luck? I got nowhere myself, but it sounds like Alphino might have. But there you are. How did you fare? Have you learned anything which might offer a clue as to Master Chai's whereabouts? He might be in Gate Town. Here, I'm gonna dump all these notes on you. Hastily written note which reads Yulmar's army willing to hire recruits from the derelicts in Gate Town. A hastily written note which reads Colusians seeking work. China's offering employment. He apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. Okay. They discussed the possibility of granting admission to customers from outside Yulmore, an idea to which the proprietor was surprisingly receptive. Sounds like he's got big plans for the place Yulmore, I mean, not the bee. Perhaps what the question remains, where do you go after leaving the city? Yeah, apparently he's not upset, he's not, like, despairing about it, he's not having self-confidence issues, he's actually doing work. It didn't take long for folks to start moaning after Valtteri left. Now everyone in Yulmore's got something to complain about. Wouldn't want to be in Master Chai's shoes having to keep that lot happy. True. For the people. As we know for certain that Master Chai has shown great concern not only for Yulmore but the surrounding settlements. What seems logical then, that we have consulted those within the city walls, he would wish to do the same to those without, so he's going to the settlements outside, like Wright and Stowe, Glade, and Gate Town, but he's probably not there anymore. Still, if you would go and make inquiries in Wright, I shall do likewise in Stowe Glade. Gate Town, I leave to you, Kaishir. Fair enough. Where should we meet when we're finished? Well, Top Rung would seem to me like his next most likely destination. Let us reconvene there. With any luck, one of us will have stumbled upon him by then, but if not, we'll be well situated to continue our search. Yeah, he would go to that place where all the people got abandoned. Oh, Astolat? No, the name doesn't ring any bells, but there was a rather dapper-looking Mistel gentleman here not long ago. He wanted to talk about relations between Wright and Yulmore, or rather the lack of them. We lost a great many people to their promises of Mjol and the chance of a lavish life among the free, and Valtteri thought to take even more from us, conscripting the few able-bodied men we have left to guard his paradise. I needn't tell you what happened when the Sin Eaters came. Such things are hard to forgive. But Valtteri's gone now, and we're curious to see what will become of Yulmore in his absence. That's what I told your friend, China's, was it? And I'm sure the others said the same. Not what he wanted to hear, I suppose, because he left soon after, and that was that. Nah, no one's gonna blame you for that. So, I've done my part, so I'm just gonna scooty my booty up this cliff. Turns out Master Chai was over in Gate Town too. He spoke to a few of the residents apparently. They told me they've never seen a posh bloke look so miserable. Damn. Okay, so there's the misery setting in. I paid a visit to both Wright and Gate Town as well, did he? I see, Kaishir and I glean much the same. He seems determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlements of Colusia. The only likely place he has left to go being Amity. Yeah. Come, if we are quick, we may yet catch up with him.